Hello everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my To Know Me video. I hope all of you guys are doing well and I'm highly anticipating watching your videos as well. But without further ado, I'll introduce myself. My name is Emmett Lewis and To Know Me is to know that this was my favorite movie as a child. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. Yeah, if you would have asked 6 year old me what I thought about this movie, I would have told you that this movie is the best movie in the world and that it deserves all of the most prestigious of accolades. I don't think 6 year old me would have used the word prestigious, but you get what I'm trying to say. Present me does not think that's the best movie in the world, but upon further reflection, I think when I look back at my fascination with that show and movie, it was the start of my love for story and characters. So to know me is to not only know that that was my favorite movie as a child, but I love the art of storytelling. If done correctly, you'll be able to tell stories from the perspectives of interesting and complex characters, no matter the race, nationality, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, and so on. I love all mediums of storytelling, such as TV shows, movies, books, and as well as other mediums. One show in particular that I think excelled at telling stories from complex and interesting characters is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was my favorite TV show as a child, and it continues to be one of my favorite TV shows up till this day. I watched the original episodes as they aired when I was a kid from underneath the blankets because that show both thrilled me and terrified me. I watched it again as a teenager and I watched it again as an adult. And each time that I watched it, that I took away something different from the show. But the main lesson I took away from the show would be that it's okay to have a bad day, but always continue to try and do your best. Um, I took away that lesson upon my rewatch as a teenager. So, in a particular season, our main hero, Buffy, was having a difficult time and she wasn't making the most morally upright decisions. She was making mistakes. She wasn't always there to to save the day. So, in other words, she was being human because we make mistakes. But upon watching it as a teenager, I was not used to seeing a main character like that. I'm used to people like Superman or Captain America who always are morally stalwart and upright and never make a mistake and they're always there to save the day. So, upon my initial viewing of that part of the show, I was not particularly used to that. And I think storylines like that are becoming more common in present times, but back then it wasn't so common, or at least I haven't encountered that a lot. So, and I think it's important to tell stories like that where a character isn't always at their best morally or don't always know what to do because that's what it's like. But I think it's important to watch, heroes or main characters go through lessons such as that. So when I'm having a particularly tough day and kind of having a bad day and struggling to get through the day, I always think about that time in Buffy, and it kind of gives me the confidence to continue through the day. It always reminds me that the bad day will pass, and that I'll be able to overcome any obstacle that's in my way. So yeah, to know me is to know that uh, this was my favorite movie as a child, and to know me is to know that I love the art of storytelling, whether it's through TV shows, movies, or any other medium. Because I think for most of us as children, our first exposure and interactions with the world comes through, that colorful screen in our living room. We watched TV shows, and that's where we, learned some of our first lessons, and that's where we encountered, you know, um, the interactions between people and how some and a variety of interpersonal relationships were depicted, and that's where we, kind of, or at least that's where I learned a lot of lessons. So yeah, so to know me is to know that I love storytelling. And thank you for taking the time to watch my to know me video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.